Scoot,
Scoot.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Scoot,
Scoot.
we're sorry.
We're both very, very sorry. We were
really-
wrong.
We were wrong.
We were wrong.
But what were we wrong about?
Yeah, let's be honest about this, because we're seeing a lot of comments from a lot of people saying, like, where are the Scoot haters? Like, where are they now? 3 videos ago, we were very, very critical of them.
Yes.
Never haters.
We never wanted Scoot to look the way that he did. We were never in a realm where we're like, oh, yes, like, Scoot had another bad one. We're like, oh,
yes.
God, fuck, Scoot had another bad one.
Yes, it sucked.
Yeah.
And we're so happy about how he's playing now.
Yeah.
Even though here's the thing, I thought what we were doing was we were rightfully describing what we're seeing on the court, which for the first 100 games of Scoot's career, 100? I don't know. Yeah, 100 games.
Some ballpark, yeah.
It wasn't good.
Yeah.
And I think we were right to call that out.
Yeah.
But if we're going to be right to call that out, we need to be right to call out what we've seen over the last 5 to 10 games, and it has been awesome.
Yeah. The praise needs to be as loud as the hate, right?
Yes.
And we're going to be the first ones at the door of that sentiment. Like,
do you know how happy I am we were wrong?
Yeah, it's awesome.
I take if what we're ever wrong about is the Blazers are better than we thought, we are going to be so happy to be. This has nothing to do with us being right.
Yeah.
This has to do with us watching the Blazers and wanting them to be good.
I do think there's a difference, though, between being critical and being open about, what we were seeing and jumping to the conclusion of calling him a bust, calling him like a fit, like
which we never said.
Which I have made it a point, and we have never said it to each other. I think we can both validate this.
Yes.
Like I've never used the word bust.
It's so easy, and it's a stupid way of thinking,
and it's quick. And I think the best believers in Scoot always just point to the fact that he's 20 years old, and he's just a kid, and the things that he needs to do well take time to develop, and that's true. I think there's been times where you and I have been impatient or just like doubted to a big extent, which is why
we really doubted.
We really doubted. We really doubted if it could come together because of the way it looked.
You can watch 3 videos ago of us doubting.
We literally have a video. Our third video is called Scoot's Shortcomings. So
yes, exactly.
So
we were very open about what we thought about how he was playing.
Yeah, but we are fully in belief that he can continue to play like this. And it's because we've seen it happen for a little bit longer than this 4-game stretch that we
Absolutely. Think. When you see all the tweets about how Scoot's been playing, it's been over these last 4 games. But I kind of think this sudden Scoot turn, because it has been sudden, it has been night and day.
Yeah. There have been remnants or signs of this coming for a little bit, which I also think makes it even better.
Yes, 100%. And I think that started the first game that Chauncey was out against the Jazz when Nate Bjorkgren was the head coach. When we saw Scoot for the first time, really, especially late in the game, be handed the keys and able to play with that freedom in an important part of the game, I think that was the start of what we're seeing now.
Because to remind everyone, it was that first game, Nate Bjorkgren, where he left him in instead of Anthony and Jeremy, I think. I think we left in Denny and Scoot. And they combined to win that game on a Scoot. No timeout call, let him go. Hit that fadeaway mid-range. This belief and confidence has just fueled him, and I think he's taken that in spurts leading up to these stretch of games.
It's important to note that Scoot's had good stretches box score-wise before.
Yeah.
Because Scoot's had 30-point games. He's had 14 assist games. But they're games where if you watch them, you think... You put up 30, and of course that's nice, but you put up 14 assists, but it came with heavy turnovers, very bad efficiency. It was a lot of things where it's like the numbers look good, but
it just felt
wasn't
empty.
That
like it wasn't
empty.
Satiating, like satisfying me enough. Like I was like, I can still see this of why this is not really it. Like this is just
Scoot was not satisfying us.
I want to be satisfied by Scoot. Let's get that.
Yeah, we want to. He had that first game against the Jazz look good. He followed it up with 2 good games in a row against the Mavs. And then Chauncey came back. And I'm not saying this is because of Chauncey, because I think right now we're kind of showing that Chauncey isn't the difference maker between if Scoot plays well or not.
Yeah.
But I think him having those 2 games where he was clearly playing with more responsibility in important games, he provided a base that he can build off of.
Yeah.
The Nets, he had 39 points. I was at the game. It was awesome to see live. But even that game, I didn't think it was fluky at all. But that's not something that's going to carryover. Scoot's not going to be an 8 threes a game player.
Yeah. I just think that, he got hot from 3. Like, that's a fact, right?
Yeah.
What that allowed him to do was everything else that is good in his game.
Yes.
Right? Because when you take Scoot and he can't make a 3 and defenses are completely just guarding him, like letting him shoot the ball, like whatever.
Yeah.
It is so hard for a 20-year-old point guard in his second season to try pass first point guard to try to pass to people, to try to drive to the hoop. When defense is hyper focused on just stopping those things because you can't shoot the 3, then how are you supposed to be good? Right?
Absolutely. 100%.
And it's a worry we've had with him, but him just being able to shoot the 3, even if you want to call it just getting hot, him getting hot has allowed him to open up his game and show you the good things that he's doing.
100%. I agree with everything you just said. I think the biggest thing was that Scoot finally had a game where everything for him went right.
Yeah.
I think he really needed a game where every shot dropped, where every pass made it to the other guy's hands. It was a game where, because we felt like we've seen so many games where it's like, oh, everything went wrong for Scoot in that game.
Yeah.
Having a game that he can build off of where he's like, I can do this. I'm capable of doing this. Everything went right that game. Just opens up the floodgates, both on the court, like from a analytical standpoint, like you said, and opening up the offense by having he's finally able to play in a little bit more space.
Yeah.
More defenses can't play basically, 4-on-5 when he's shooting. They have to respect him a little bit more. It opens it up for the other guys on the team. But just mentally, where now he can play, even if defenses aren't changing at all, he can feel that confidence, feel like he can play more freely because he's seen that happen on the court now.
Yeah.
To an insane extent. Because that 39-point game was not like, oh, he shot well.
Yeah.
He shot lights out. And it felt like that is what he needed to be like, I can do this.
I can do this. I can be the man. I can be a dog. I am a dog.
I know who I am. So that's all it is,
Who are you?
The dog. I'm a dog, man.
Yes, you are. Nice job tonight.
Thank you.
He's a dog.
Right? Yes, absolutely. Like he said, like he told Brooke.
He's been waiting so long to be able to have the opportunity to say a cool quote like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have to play well in order for that
and he deserves
to happen.
He deserves it.
He deserves it after those 4 games. He has been waiting so long to finally have a warranted moment of confidence.
Okay, so from these 4, specifically, I guess, these 4 games, what have been the things you've seen him improve on that is allowing him to play the way that we're saying he's playing?
Yeah, and I mean, so just beyond the hitting the 3s, what I've really seen from him is the ability to slow down and speed up in the right moments. He's been really good about going into the lane and slowing down, getting his defender behind him, taking a second to adjust.
Yes.
And then make the right read and make the right decision. It really reminds
100%.
me of what Jalen Brunson does really well in the lane. He's really good in his mid-range, really good at attacking the hoop when it's right. Like, he just takes a moment to slow down because he is a small guard. Like, he's going to have the control to be able to do that once he can get by his defender. And again, I think it's kind of a ladder, domino thing. Like, when the defender has to take that one extra step to the 3-point line, that lets him get by the defender. That lets him slow down. Like, it's all of these things. But he does that in the right times. But then also, in transition, like we love with Denny goes in transition. Scoot will go in transition sometimes, but he'll, get scared and pull out. Or I've seen him in these past couple games be aggressive, go all the way to the lane, to the paint, and then make the decision to kick it out or take a layup. He's being aggressive at the right times and being patient at the right times as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that is spot on. No, that's exactly right. Because the most impressive thing about how Scoot has played these last 4 games is not just that the shot's dropping. Yeah. It's all the intangibles that I think we thought would take a long time to develop, if they ever did develop, have developed overnight.
Right.
It really does feel like that, which I am attributing to, I'm assuming, his confidence level. Because the one thing about Scoot is that he's not quite the athlete we thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
Because we saw for the last 100 games is that, to me, was a guy who was realizing that he was no longer the most athletic guy on the court. Mm-hmm. I think Scoot spent high school and the G League being this top level athlete. And I think what we're seeing, what he figured out in the NBA is that he's a good, not very good, not great athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning he can't play like Ja or Westbrook, where he can run at the hoop with, and jump over guys,
and it'll just work.
And it'll just work because it really truly does work with those levels of athletes.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm seeing from him is he's now using the skills and physical attributes that he does have,
mm-hmm.
which is his strength, his change of pace, like you said, and he's using that positively to get much better and more controlled shots than he was getting before.
Yeah. What I think we want to emphasize is that, like, the things that Scoot needs to do well, or the things that he's really good at that we're finding, are things that take a lot of time.
Yeah.
We need to be very open. And
yes.
we have been poor about being open about that. But I think that is something we need to emphasize, that, like, slowing down in the lane, like, drawing a defender in, making the right read, like, those are things that we believe he can be very elite at, and those are things that take a lot of time to get good at in the NBA. That's vet stuff, and we hope.
Yeah.
And Scoot has tools to help him be really good at vet stuff.
Yes.
Like, I think Andre Miller was a great comparison you said for him of being able to command the floor like that. Like, I think a hot shooting stretch is what has opened the door to allow him to kind of step into a, like, people respecting him like a vet role.
Yes.
And what we're seeing is now all of these little things just start to domino effect after, because he has an ounce of respect on the court.
Exactly.
So it's a 4-game stretch, right?
Sure.
And people who will call this a hot stretch will still be correct until a couple more games occur. What in these upcoming, 5, 10, whatever time period, what are you looking for Scoot to continue?
I'm expecting him to regress a bit.
Yeah.
And that's completely fine. I would be stunned. It would be amazing.
Yeah.
But I would be stunned if he puts up 25 and 8 on 48% three-point shooting for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to happen.
Right.
What I want is for, even when the shot starts missing a little bit, to still play with that level of confidence. Because he's playing like a vet right now. The way he's moving, the shots he's taking, the things he's executing on both sides of the ball. I want to see that even if the shot doesn't drop like that anymore, I want to see him continue with that confidence and style of play. The second thing I want to see is I feel like he's kind of, crossed off some check marks over these last 4 games, where it's like he showed that he played great against a bad team that we lost.
Yeah.
He played great against a good team that we lost. And we saw yesterday he played great against a bad team and we won. And he was like sort of the reason we won.
Yeah.
So I want to see him continue playing in a way that's fun, and I would like to see him play well against a good team and lead us to a win.
Right.
What about you?
It kind of goes against the first part you said, just in a way that I want to see the 3-point shot continue to hit well. Like, if we could see 40% for like 5 more games.
Yeah. Which is really high, but if someone told me that he was going to shoot 48 for the last 5 games, I would have said, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, right. Like,
so
I think
it's possible.
I think it's attainable. And the reason why I just want to see it for just a little bit longer is because if he can have 40% shooting on, 4, 5, 6 shots a night for just a little bit longer, that will, one, continue to allow him to play an open, free game like we've been seeing. But also then with 10 games under his belt of good 3-point shooting, that will allow NBA teams to, even if he is shooting poorly for the next 10, they have to give him that respect as a 3-point shooter when they're studying the film on him. And he's been shooting just about 40% for like 15 games now, I think I saw someone say. If he can continue that and just stay hot for like 5 more, then we have this 10-game sample size where he's hitting his shots, and even if the next 10 suck, he's got this 20-game sample size where I think we can really be like, this is a quarter of the NBA season, take a look at what we have and
100%.
fully assess Scoot. So I just want to see the 3-point shooting stay hot for just a little bit longer, because I think it'll really pay dividends.
Because that's what we've been saying, is that the losses would feel a lot better if Scoot was showing something, and he is showing something.
Yeah. So,
we're like, how many times have we said, like, man, this would be more fun if Scoot was playing well?
Yeah.
And he's doing it. So here we are, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
So Blazers are cool.
Blazers
are cool.
Please make sure to give us some more likes, comments, subscribes.
We love the comments. If you guys have something to say, comment. We love the comments. Because I want us to do a video soon where we respond to some comments.
I know. I've been trying to respond to the ones in there, but
you're killing it.
Yeah, but like with the Aiden video, you guys blew it up so much that I wasn't able to keep up. So let us know what you think about Scoot. And we'll keep feeding you guys our takes like we love to do.